Welcome to The Explainer, where we turn complex topics into clear, engaging visual stories.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We're jumping right into part 2 of our deep dive into radio frequency interference. This time, we're going on a hunt. We're going to unmask the usual suspects that are absolutely killing the performance on your 2.4 GHz network. So, let's get our detective hats on and start the investigation.
So, let's kick things off with a case that I bet just about everyone watching has dealt with. You know the feeling, right? That constant buffering, the spinning wheel of death during a movie, or when your big video call just freezes. It's beyond frustrating. But the thing is, the answer is usually hiding in plain sight, thanks to some invisible forces wreaking havoc in your own space. Okay, so to crack this case, we have to start where any good detective would, the crime scene. We've got to understand the environment where all this interference is actually happening.
This crime scene is the 2.4 GHz ISM band. Now, what does that mean? Well, think of it like a public highway that's completely free and open for anyone to use. It's awesome because it's unlicensed, so everything from your Wi-Fi router to your baby monitor can hop on. But that popularity is also its biggest problem. It gets incredibly crowded and, honestly, pretty chaotic.
Just take a look at a typical home office. It's basically a battlefield for radio waves. Every single wireless device you see, and probably a bunch you don't see, is duking it out for the exact same, very limited airspace. It is a constant, invisible war for bandwidth.
All right, let's start lining up the suspects. And we're going to begin with the most obvious one, the culprit that's usually staring us right in the face.
Believe it or not, the #1 source of Wi-Fi interference is, well, other Wi-Fi networks. It's kind of ironic, right? Your neighbor's network is your network's biggest competitor. I mean, if you live in an apartment building, you could have dozens of networks, all overlapping and basically yelling over each other. They're all fighting for a tiny number of channels. In the 2.4 GHz world, there are really only 3 channels, we're talking channels 1, 6, and 11, that don't stomp all over each other. So yeah, it's the perfect recipe for a massive traffic jam.
But it's not just other Wi-Fi that's the problem. Now we get to the household saboteurs. These are the culprits hiding in plain sight, the ones that aren't even trying to be good neighbors to your network.
And Exhibit A is the microwave oven. This comparison is just perfect. A microwave is basically a brute. It's the radio equivalent of a sledgehammer, just smashing everything. When you're heating up your leftovers, it is blasting the entire 2.4 GHz band with raw, powerful noise. Your Wi-Fi router, on the other hand, is like this polite diplomat. It's trying to listen for a clear moment, send its data, and then wait its turn. It just can't compete with that kind of noise.
And the microwave is not alone in the rogues gallery. You've got other common household items that are just as bad. Remember those older cordless phones that use the same frequency? Total channel hogs. They just transmit continuously the entire time you're on a call. Same goes for a lot of wireless video cameras and baby monitors. They're often just constantly broadcasting, which creates this background hum of noise that every other device has to shout over.
Okay, moving on. Our next group of suspects is a little different. It's not one big, loud offender. No, this is more subtle. It's death by 1,000 cuts, the combined noise from a huge, unseen swarm of devices.
And that brings us to Bluetooth. Check out this number, 1,600. That's how many times per second a classic Bluetooth device hops between channels. It's constantly jumping around, trying to find a clear spot to talk. Now, one little hop is no big deal. But when you've got headphones, a mouse, a keyboard, a speaker, all doing this at once, it creates this constant fluttering background noise that messes with everything.
And now, Bluetooth tries to be a good neighbor. It has this cool feature called adaptive frequency hopping, where it actively tries to identify and avoid Wi-Fi channels that are busy. But here's the catch. In a really, really crowded space, its effectiveness kind of goes out the window. It still ends up adding to the overall chaos and just raises that baseline level of noise.
And this leads us to the whole Internet of Things explosion. This is the modern challenge, right? The smart home revolution has been amazing, but it's also added a zillion tiny new voices to the conversation. You've got smart lights, sensors, plugs, all using protocols like Zigbee and Thread that can overlap directly with your Wi-Fi. Each one on its own isn't a big deal, but when you put them all together, it's a crowd, and that crowd creates a huge amount of noise.
Okay, so after digging through all the evidence, it's time for the detectives' lineup. Let's round up our main culprits who are responsible for the case of the slow Wi-Fi.
And here they are. This is your lineup. From your neighbor's Wi-Fi network, to your microwave oven, to that old cordless phone, and of course the entire swarm of Bluetooth and IoT gadgets. Each one is degrading your wireless performance, but they all do it in their own special way. You've got the brute force attack from the microwave, and then you've got that slow drain from the IoT swarm.
So now you know who the culprits are. But that's only half the battle, right? Knowing the suspects is one thing. Proving which one is guilty in your house is another. How do you find the proof? Well, that's where the real detective work begins. Join us next time, and we'll show you the tools and techniques you need to catch these interference sources red-handed.